This is the Scrap Metal Commodities Recycling and Economic Report by BENLEE and Raleigh Goldsboro Recycling, July 10, 2017. In the last 2 weeks, many commodity prices rose and economic reports were positive. U.S. steel production remained in a tight range and is about where it's been for the last 2 years in July. After weeks of falling, oil moved up for about 2 weeks but dropped late in the week to $44.25 a barrel. As the U.S. continues to increase production, we're actually increasing oil exports. Crazy industry. We buy oil from the Middle East, but we export oil to China. The oil rig count rose to 763. With prices down from the recent high, the weekly increase in rigs has slowed, but it's still increasing. The good news is 763 is still 53% lower than it was a few years ago, so there's huge upside. Iron ore continues its recent rise and closed at $63.50 per metric ton, which will put upward pressure on finished steel prices in the weeks to come. Scrap ferrous prices remain steady. July prices have not been totally set yet, but the initial reports are that prices will be mostly no change, with premium grades up a bit. There are multiple reports that flows into scrapyards have slowed for some grades of steel, which could create upward pressure in the weeks and months to come. Hot-dip galvanized steel remained lower at $865 a ton, with little news. Automotive markets remain down a bit and other markets remain strong. Stainless 304 scrap stayed at their lower level of 29.5 cents, but there remains little news to move stainless markets. Copper, after a solid rise 2 weeks ago, fell, ending at $2.65 a pound on no major news. The US dollar has been weaker in recent months, which takes commodity prices up. Prices are down a bit this morning to $2.63. The one-year chart shows copper prices have remained in a band in recent months since the major increase of last year. Copper inventories have increased in recent weeks. As inventories rise, this puts downward pressure on prices. Aluminum rose in recent weeks to 86.9 cents, which is near the multi-year high on good worldwide demand from automotive and construction. Aluminum inventories hit yet again new 9-year lows on this good demand, which is keeping upward pressure on prices. U.S. vehicle sales decreased in June to an annual rate of 16.51 million from May's 16.6 million, the lowest level in over 3 years. While still strong, sales are being depressed by higher interest rates and the continued increases in student debt. Related, vehicles are lasting much longer. The Ford F-150, which has a complete aluminum exterior, saw its sales rise a huge 28% in June over last year. It remains the best-selling car truck in the U.S. and sold an amazing 43% ahead of its main competitor, the GM Silverado, last month. As has been said, in the coming years, aluminum-intensive vehicles will dramatically increase the amount of aluminum that comes out of car shredders. Non-farm payrolls increased a solid 220,000 last month, with healthcare adding 37,000 jobs, followed by professional and business services adding 35,000 jobs. The mining and drilling industry added a light 8,000 jobs, though. Even with this good growth, the unemployment rate ticked up 4.4%, higher than last month's 16-year low of 4.3%. This is good news in that it shows people that had stopped looking for jobs are actually entering the workforce, which will make it easier to find workers. Many are concerned about the numbers like the low 4.4%, meaning it will be tough to find those workers. That remains why we like to show the labor participation rate, which is people that are 16 years or older that could have jobs, do in fact have jobs. It is currently 62.8%, so about 37% of the people that could work are not working. We need to get more of these people working. Wall Street had a rocky week but hit a new high during the week and ended at 21,414. Many think, though, that the transportation average would hit an all-time high last week is an indicator of more positive things to come due to if airlines and shipping companies are strong, the economy is strong. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.